So you see, the very first mantra of the Isha Upanishad is now going to usher us into the brilliant experience of the Rishi. What is he saying? Om īśāvāsyamidaṃ sarvaṃ yatkiñca jagatyāṃ jagat. He says, Om īśāvāsyamidaṃ sarvaṃ yatkiñca jagatyāṃ jagat. Whatever appears to be changing in this universe, envelop it with the Lord, with Isha, with the divine consciousness, because that is the reality of life. Jagat comes from the dhatu gam, which means that which is changing. Now, you see the nature of this world, everything is changing and everything will change. It's a bundle of contradictions and change. If you want to find sense in it, you must still yourself to the core. Then it will make at least some sense. Otherwise, it's a bundle of nonsense. Thakur used to say, golmale malache. Roughly, you can translate it as, in nonsense also there is sense. If you touch the sense within you, the stillness within you, please try to do this, then only these things become relevant, meaningful. So what he's saying, see, he starts off like this with the highest perception. Everything is verily Brahman. Whatever is appearing as changeful, cover it up with this reality. Because that is not its swarup. It is an appearance meant to engage your ego for some time until you are tired of it. And then you will get out of it. The reality of all this manifestation is only Brahman. So, cover up that which is changeful with the changeless. īśāvāsyamidaṃ sarvaṃ yatkiñca jagatyāṃ jagat. And then what will happen? Tena tyaktena bhuñjīthā. Then you will enjoy it in a totally different manner. You will perceive it in a totally different manner. You will see it is verily the divine in a name and a form. See, when you actually see a person, what exactly do you see? You may notice the facial features. You may notice his bhav, attitude, whatever. At the most, his height, weight, that's all you may see. But, you know, the fact about him or her is only consciousness that is shining through those eyes. Awareness, that being holds the divine in his heart. And name and form are superimposed on that, isn't it? In his awareness, there is a thought process. Through the thought process, he is identified with the body. Through the body consciousness, he relates with the objects around him. So what should you actually see? If you have touched the core of your being, you will only see the core of his being. You will see the radiant Atman there. So then how will you actually deal with that person? Tena tyaktena bhuñjīthā. You will give up this merely material outlook, identifying a person with his body, identifying something with matter. You will give up this material outlook and enjoy that divine consciousness in everything and in everyone. That is the meaning of tena tyaktena bhuñjīthā. Enjoy it through this divine perception. And that's why ma gṛdhaḥ kasya sviddhanam. Obviously, then you will not have these shadripus. Obviously, you will not want to covet his wealth. You will not be greedy after something which he has. All this will naturally be removed from the mind because your entire perception has changed. So this change of perception, this level of intuition, it comes when you are able to intuit the divine in all beings. Then you know it doesn't appear like renunciation. Usually people understand by renunciation giving up. It is not giving up. It is seeing reality as it is. So by that you leave aside what is merely material, name form based, and you see the tattva there. You see the core of that being. So you see only the divine. Then how will you relate? It's a world of sheer bliss and joy. So this is his experience. That is why he is using such words. īśāvāsyamidaṃ sarvaṃ yatkiñca jagatyāṃ jagat tena tyaktena bhuñjīthā ma gṛdhaḥ kasya sviddhanam. Don't covet the wealth of others or the property of others, anything belong to others, because actually, there are no others, actually speaking. It is one consciousness manifested in different names and forms. So this is the wonderful first introductory mantra of the Isha Upanishad. In fact, it is the highest. It is actually the message of the Isha Upanishad. If you read Sri Ramakrishna's life, you will understand what this state of mind means. Once Sri Ramakrishna says, you know how the world appears to me as the earth appears on a rain-soaked day. Just now there's monsoon all over India. So you are seeing rain-soaked greenery, plants all around. Your garden is rain-soaked. The homes are washed clean by the rain. So how does it appear, everything around you? It is soaked by the rain. So also this world is soaked in Brahman, he says. What a perception, just see. It is as it were soaked in Brahman, he says. He is seeing it like that. And it is Brahman alone that there is. In fact, Sri Ramakrishna would live in such a state of God consciousness that he could not see anything the way we see it. He had a hazy sense of material beings. For him it was all divine. So this is the perception of the Rishi here. And how does one get this? How does one go towards it? See, what a fulfilling life it would be if one had such perception constantly, isn't it? When you are living in God consciousness. So this is possible through intense sadhana. You read the life of Vivekananda, you will see how he got this perception. It is described as the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, and please read Vivekananda's life. These classes should inspire you to go into all this wonderful literature. You will see there how Vivekananda had become at that point in his life completely riveted to this goal, and it led to a complete transformation of consciousness, and he actually perceived everything as that very same reality. This was his experience also. In fact, it will thrill you as you read it. He goes and bangs his head against railings to see if they are really matter or something else. He perceives only consciousness. So the point is this: these states are to be attained, not merely discussed. The discussion can at the most create a few vrittis in your mind, but you will understand nothing by it. You will understand it only when it happens in your system, and that's why sadhana.